what's up? It's the DeadEndRoad show. This is episode number 32. It's Bill and Ian. It's been a while. We took a little hiatus, kind of unplanned. I did not actually properly plan for there being a break.
And I've been here the whole time, just waiting.
Yeah, I went globetrotting, and boy, was most of that miserable, let me tell you.
Oh, no. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Yeah, 'cause, you know, families, whatever. And then I got some kind of weird stomach virus. So I had to deal with that at the tail end, which is why I stayed longer than I had planned, because I was not driving.
When you said you weren't sure what day you were coming back, I figured you were planning out like traffic patterns or something, but no, you were just sick.
Yeah, I had to be in somewhat close proximity to a toilet.
Okay.
So, yeah, driving like 6 hours was not gonna fly for a couple days. So that was fun. That was fun. Because, of course, anytime there's an illness now, it's like, all right, is it COVID?
Of course,
so you gotta do that whole thing. So yeah. And it wasn't, by the way. But
well, that's good.
Yeah. Fun stuff. But we're back. The regular schedule should resume from here on out, and I should do a better job of planning for holiday situations.
Well, you made a note. You made a note in the doc here that the previous episode was our best, like our highest downloaded one.
Yeah, and I don't understand any of our numbers. I really don't. I don't know what titles people are going for or subjects. Or why they're listening to a show that hasn't had a new episode in a few weeks.
So I think what we need to do is go quarterly.
Quarterly, yeah. So that's what we did with It Doesn't Add Up, and that's my most successful thing ever.
There you go.
And it's dormant. So I don't know if it was people clamoring for a new episode and they were just going back to re-listen to last week.
Oh, I highly doubt there's any re-listening going on. That is very wishful thinking.
So yeah, we're back and we got some fun stuff for you. Do we want to do the dead wrong? I don't know if we want to open with it.
I mean, you were dead wrong about it, so.
I was, yeah, all right. Is this the right button? Nope. Shit. It's this one.
Behold my demon!
Nope. Shit. All right, that's related though. That's SMT. Wait, hold on. I can fix this.
You're leaving all of this in, by the way.
Such is a samurai skill!
Nope, that's also SMT. Shit, where'd it go? Okay.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure.
Okay. I have too many buttons. They're not labeled is the problem. I have to remember the position on this like Simon Says looking board. Do you remember that toy, the Simon Says?
I just remember it being like a game you play in school.
There was like the electronic toy in the 90s where it would like light up and you had to hit the buttons in the corresponding order. Like it would blink like 2 blue, 1 green, and a red, and then you'd have to hit that.
Oh, was that that thing wasn't called Simon Says though, was it? It had a different name.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
No, it was called Simon Says. Yeah.
Well, maybe I had like a knockoff version.
Sure. Peter exclaims.
Yeah.
But anyway, that I gotta remember where the where all my sounds are. So, but anyway, it's good that I hit the SMT buttons because this is SMT related. So last show, I talked about the sort of the hubbub around SMT5 coming out, and there was a review that really compared it narratively to Persona. And a lot of SMT fans didn't like that, myself included. I went into my thoughts on that. And then I started playing the game, obviously. And at a certain point, I believe now that there could be a better comparison drawn between Persona and SMT than I originally had anticipated. So who knew that people that played the game might have some points?
Oh, you mean people that review video games for a living?
Yeah. Who knew? So yeah, I still think the stupid SMT is lacking heart thing. I still think that's really dumb. I still think that's such a stupid criticism. But yeah, and it's not necessarily a spoiler. Who cares? Nobody cares about SMT but me. So the way SMT usually works is that you're like a young person. You're either a student or like a young adult. And then the apocalypse happens. And so, like, the very beginning of the game where things are normal is just that. It's the very beginning of the game. And then the rest is a post-apocalyptic game. Like, that's how the setup of literally every game goes. For the most part. There's, like, that's the main line, at least. The spin-offs are the spin-offs. So SMT5 does that, but then like 10 hours in, it's sort of like, hey, yeah, cool. You were exploring, a post-apocalyptic hellscape. It's time to go back to school.
Ooh.
And it's strange, especially the way that they're trying to set up like character moments. And there's even, a sequence that is so similar to, You played some of Persona 5, right?
Yes.
You got to combat at least, right?
I made it I played maybe a dozen hours. I played it through the first like full dungeon and like villain.
Okay. So like the Persona Awakening, right?
Yeah.
So it's like this thing where you're confronting like basically the shadow of yourself in the Jungian terms, where the part of yourself that you don't want to display to the world. We've kind of discussed this on the podcast, actually.
Yeah, I was taking bets on how long it would take for Jung to come up on the show.
What are we at? Less than 10 minutes.
Yes.
Good.
And that was the over, by the way.
So that's what happens in Persona, right? And so there's a moment that is very similar in SMT. Except where instead of like gaining this newfound power and sense of self by like reclaiming your persona, there's a girl that's just eaten by a demon.
No.
So in a way, it's like, to me, it feels like it's like parodying that sequence of Persona that happens over and over and over again in the Persona games.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, so there is something there that they're kind of doing. The fact that you're suddenly like 10 hours into the game, going back to the school setting that I assumed you had abandoned completely and were never going to see again, because that's how SMT usually works.
Now, is this like school in the post-apocalypse?
Yes, but to explain it further, it would get really in the weeds.
Okay, we don't need to.
Yeah, it would get really messy. And it doesn't really matter.
Sure.
But yes. So yeah, like it's you also played enough of The Witcher, right?
Yeah, a fair amount.
So you know how they do that, like that first continent is basically like the tutorial area.
Mm-hmm.
So SMT5 kind of does the same thing, where they give you this big first area, and it turns out that's about 10 hours, and that's like your tutorial area, even though it feels like it's the full, like you're just in the game at that point.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing Persona 5, I mean, they were still introducing like mechanics and stuff a dozen hours in, so. Yeah,
well, like SMT kind of stops doing that, I don't know, a few hours in, but you're still exploring this area. You just kind of think you're in the game, and then like 9 or 10 hours in, it's like, all right, back to school. Now we're doing a thing again. It's like, oh, all right, cool. So yeah, so that was dead wrong. Oops. I didn't have the game yet. Blame Amazon. Yeah. Now, we have a stockpile of dead letters here. Should we start with the fun ones and then get into kind of a more perhaps serious discussion?
Sure.
Okay. Now, this first one came to me from, hold on, I need to get the name.
Now, these are all like from your publishing email?
They're scattered, actually. This one was to the publishing email.
Okay.
This is from Magana, okay, and then it says K1451Z4, which is a good start. Hi, my dear. How are you? I hope you are doing fine. The current impact of the new crown pneumonia on the world is too great. Our business is also very difficult. So the boss decided to try to expand the global business by himself. We could do any paper printing and packaging, and the price will be much lower than that of Amazon and Alibaba stores, because we are the real bottom factory. So if you have a lot of printing needs, please contact us. We will give you all the best quality products and the lowest factory price. Look forward to further communication with you. Tim, in all caps.
So crown pneumonia is like this whatever, like, you know, computer generated like word for translation of like COVID
3 times. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been passed through a Google Translate like 4 different times in different languages.
What is a bottom factory exactly?
A bottom factory. I think that's just where they make the hot dogs, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They just kind of crank them into that tube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like how it's like this, like it's simultaneously patronizing and also trying to be like very familiar. It's like, hi, my dear. It's like, all right. And then it says, oh yeah, the boss decided to expand the global business by himself. It's like, okay.
And what's up with the serial number that it hit you with right off the bat?
I think that's supposed to be, I don't think that was supposed to be included. I think that's the email account, like the email account's name, and it's not supposed to be included in the email itself.
Okay.
Yeah, globalriskprofile.com. Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Don't forget to get vaccinated for crown pneumonia.
Yeah, crown pneumonia. And their business, it's very difficult. It's a very difficult business. What was this one? Oh, this is just a small one. I got this email twice from two separate accounts. One was from a Terry Smallwood, and then the other one was from a Sheila Birtles. And it was asking me if I was interested in buying web hosting for DeadEndRoad.co, and then to call them at a 1-800 number. And that's interesting because they used the contact form on my website. So I don't think I'm very interested, considering the fact that my website is online and is currently being hosted somewhere. So I don't think that one's going to work out. Okay, where is... These are like all scattered.
By the way, can you, I knew this was going to happen. Can you hear any guitar in the background?
No.
Okay, because my dad he's been playing, and he's actually all the way down in the basement. I'm on the second floor, but the sound travels through the vents.
Yeah.
So
he's reached the Last of Us part of the pandemic, huh? Okay. This one is from Michael Sogg. Okay, and that's apparently one word.
Oh, okay.
That's one name.
I'm glad you made that distinction because I would not have known.
Yeah, no, it's Michael Sogg. And the email is a jumble of letters from rambler.ru, and the website that they gave is samuraiparts.ru, and that's it.
Now is this
Samurai Parts.
Are they associated with Rutgers University?
I don't know. I don't know the reference.
RU is the
Oh. Yeah,
I know that's Russia, right?
No, I think they're very Russian.
Okay, that would make a lot more sense.
I didn't click the link. I'm very curious about the samurai parts. So is it parts if you're a samurai, or is it parts to build a samurai?
Yeah, good question. Like replacement parts, like if you're a samurai and like you lose your sword or maybe your arm or something.
Yeah. Your katana. Yeah. Or what's the short one? What's the short one called? Because the samurai has the katana, which is the long one, and there's the short one. I don't remember. I'd have to log back into Final Fantasy 14. So that was samurai parts.
And just on, this one don't. I know you're tempted to, but don't click the link.
I'm not. Yeah, I didn't click the link. All right, this one I gotta make bigger because there's a lot of text here. This one came in from Angie. This actually came from an AOL email address. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I read. You know how Google has the like autocomplete replies to emails now?
Yes.
All right. So just keep in mind that at the bottom, Google's like gave me three options. It says, I agree with you. Who are you? And I'm not interested. All right. Just keep that in the back of your head here.
Okay.
All right. This is from Angie. And Angie writes, you pleasure yourself so often that I think you have a unique method, or it's unclear how your schlong is still okay. I want to ask how you haven't chafed your hand till it bleeds. If you meet a human like you on the street, you won't guess that. Being alone, he does that. Your perseverance in your lousy enjoyments shocks me. When we're done, you would better consider your safety and begin at least covering the camera. But actually, it's all doesn't refer to our deal. Having access to your device, I shot a very amusing video, and now I wish to send it to your contacts from your email. To keep this from happening, you gotta address my claims in 40 hours. 1,096 USD BTC, and they give a Bitcoin address. You don't have options. I will not review my requirements. It is pointless to text me. I'm going to delete this email address. The clock is ticking. In case you defy my requisitions within 76 hours, you better get out of the country and change your name. Anyway, you'll no longer be able to live your former life.
Okay, so what were the three choices again to respond?
I agree with you.
Okay.
Who are you? And I'm not interested.
I'd probably go the third one. Just a hard pass.
Yeah. Yeah.
The time frames here are interesting because it's 40 hours and 76 hours.
Yeah. So I guess that's 40 hours until like this compromising video of me cranking it is released, and then within 76 hours I'm gonna get out of the country and change my name. I think that's what's happening. And I don't even think I don't even know how much Bitcoin that is right now. I just love that Google's first is like, I agree with you. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's me. But anyway, I got that about a month ago.
So your clock has run out.
Yes.
And you're fine.
So,
you're doing okay. Nothing's been leaked.
Yeah, and so if you didn't receive a video of me cranking it in your inbox, I think I'm okay.
Don't know if I would have missed that one.
But yeah, this one came to my personal. And what's funny is I don't think Google put it into spam.
Where was it?
It was in my main primary inbox.
That's that's a bad job, Google.
Google, I agree with you. Oh, that's good stuff. All right.
You said this next one was somewhat serious, right?
Yeah. Now that we've had our fun, I'm gonna destroy all of that.
Hard transition.
Hard transition. I have no transitions. I can hit the SMT button again, but I don't think it's gonna do anything. So over the holiday break, I was I'm gonna try to keep this general. You could probably get the gist of what's going on.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say names. But this is something that I want to bring up because I think that we should discuss it, and I have some things to say because there's a good chance that this person will listen to this.
Okay. Interesting. I have no idea what's coming, by the way.
I didn't brief you on this. So over the holiday break, I was approached by somebody that I know that said that they listened to the podcast, and I said, "Oh yeah, cool." And they said they listened to one of the episodes that had a "Dating Is Dead" segment.
Now, can I just for a second? Is this technically our first listener feedback? Or no, we've had one or two in the past, but
yes,
yeah, okay,
yes, this is the first in person
confrontation
feedback. Okay. And this person said that they listened to one of the episodes that had a "Dating Is Dead" segment. They didn't say the segment by name, but they said the episode where you do dating profiles. And I said, oh yeah, okay. And so then they said, I'm confused.
Oh no.
So you have a segment where you make fun of women, but then you criticize Dave Chappelle. Now. There are several things here. In the moment, I said, to keep this civil, we were around other people. In the moment, I said that, I had a similar concern with the show, and in fact, we addressed it on the show, which is why I opened up the profile options to be all the genders.
Yes.
So it was not just looking at profiles of women seeking men.
Yeah, we discussed that
broader
openly on the show. Yeah.
Yeah, and I even said that if anybody listening had feedback, I was actually, that was the one part of the show that I've really wanted feedback on, like genuine constructive feedback about, was if we were taking the right approach to that segment at all.
And I'm pretty sure all the TikTok editions have pretty much been about like ridiculous dudes. So
yes, exactly. Yeah. And in the last couple of ones, especially the ones where I went on Tinder, because on Tinder I opened it to everything. There were people of all genders included on that. So this is something that we have addressed on the show. And so this I said as much to this person. And then they just kind of repeated their point again. Like, yeah, like, because it didn't make sense how you were making fun of all these women, but then also making fun of Dave Chappelle. Like, I didn't understand. And they were I'm just gonna say it, they were playing dumb on purpose to try to make a point. And this really bothered me because There is nothing similar to, at least I believe, to the segment that we made and anything that Dave Chappelle has done and that was being deservedly criticized for.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So, to me, this was a person trying to toe their conservative line of, we have to like Dave Chappelle now, so we have to defend Dave Chappelle's honor. So I'm going to do that at Thanksgiving.
So is this person a Dave Chappelle fan?
No.
Okay.
And so that's how they decided to approach this conversation with me. And that was basically the end of it. And I have been very clear from the beginning of the show. I am so completely open to genuine feedback, constructive criticism, even negative criticism about something that I say or do on the show. Like, that's the only way the show is going to get better. That's the only way I'm going to grow as a person. But this was so bad faith and completely misunderstands the issue with anything involving the Dave Chappelle thing completely. And it shows that, well, one, they weren't actually listening to our show in the first place. And two, they don't really give a shit about the Dave Chappelle controversy.
Right.
Like, not even slightly. They're just parroting a thing. They just believe now that they need to defend Dave Chappelle because some source told them to, that the woke mob is after Dave Chappelle, and so now they need to be against that woke mob. And so they took one little nugget of my show, making fun of women. Now you have a problem. Now you're the same as Dave Chappelle, and so now you can't criticize him. That is not how it works. And that isn't even what was happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I don't agree with what this person had to say. Dave Chappelle is deeply misogynistic and transphobic, and we're not doing any of that in that segment. At least to my knowledge. No. I mean, if we were, let us know.
And if we were, because that was the other thing. There were no specific points about the segment being brought up. Anything that we might have said or an approach that we took, like we're not, like, this is an audio show, and even if it wasn't, that would be the grossest thing in the world. That'd be like the fucking social network Zuckerberg move of like making fun of people's appearance. Like, there's no entertainment value there. There's nothing interesting about that. The point of the segment is that people say some interesting things on dating sites, and I've seen them before I started the segment. I had seen a lot of interesting stuff, and I had saved some of it.
I think the worst thing you did was, make fun of like grammatical mistakes.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and again, like I was very sensitive to this segment because I didn't want to have, I don't want to be seen as being mean to people. How many times have we've done a profile, and then I'll ask you, I don't even know how many times I keep that in the show, if I edit it out or not. I was like, all right, was that mean or not?
Yeah, no, it's happened. It's happened quite a bit.
Yeah, like how many times do I ask that? And for the record, I don't think I've cut a single profile that we viewed.
Right.
I'm like, whenever I say that I cut something, I only cut like me asking Ian if that was too mean. Because that doesn't make for interesting podcast. But we have not cut like a profile that we've covered. So it's not like there's secretly one that like we've really just, been absolute douchebags to somebody, and then on reflection it's like, oh, we can't put that out there. That actually has not happened. Scout's honor,
honestly, I think you've let this get to you when it really shouldn't, because this person really has no basis for what they were saying in the first place.
No, I know they don't. But yeah, and so, but the other thing is that I wanted to address this, while also saying, like, I want to make the point completely clear. Like, if I say something fucked up and I leave it in the show, and like, that actually ends up hurting somebody, let me the fuck know.
Oh, absolutely.
Let me the fuck know, so I can correct my own shit.
I think because I'm assuming this person like personally, and you probably have for
Yes.
a long time, which makes this a bit different than if you receive like anonymous feedback or somebody who's just like a regular listener, you know?
Yeah.
We wouldn't be on here like ranting about it, most likely.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely feedback more than welcome.
Yeah, no, like that's the other point I want to come across is like this was an in-person personal interaction with somebody that I know.
And it seems to have had it had some nefarious motives behind it.
Yes, yeah. That's my whole point of bringing it up. So like, yeah, if I get you know an email that says you suck, I'm not gonna go off on 20 minutes like I am right now. Like, But yeah, but also like if you have genuine feedback, even about that segment in particular, because like I'm still, you know, I am very sensitive to that segment. Like if we're taking the wrong approach with it in any way, yeah, like the feedback is anonymous. As you can tell from my fucking inbox, it's really easy to be anonymous if you go to the website and just drop a comment in the contact form.
Yeah, your name can be K04572A.
Clearly you can put anything. So yeah, if like there is a genuine concern, and not some fucking bullshit right-wing talking point that you're like sort of half parroting and not even making an actual point, then yeah, you can drop it there, or like literally any of the channels that are available that I provide.
Do you know if this person listened to like our abortion discussion?
If they did, they didn't care about that.
They seem to be fine with it, which is, hey, that's good. Good for them.
Yeah. So, all right. Enough of that. So I don't know if this is going to be a new segment or not, because it seems like it's becoming a new segment. But I do have some more news on the JFK Jr. watch, that whole deal.
Yeah, we talked about this before, and in the month since we've last done an episode, things have escalated.
Yes. So I'm pulling some stuff from, this is from a Vice article called "The QAnon JFK Cult in Dallas is Tearing Families Apart." And I'm not going to read the whole thing. It's quite long. But the main takeaways here are that there's a JFK cult. So they were one of the major groups that were at the gathering that was waiting for JFK Jr. to reveal himself in Dallas like a month ago. So yeah, they're like a full-blown cult. And it's basically a way for this leader to siphon cash from these people. And the subject of this article, this sister, this family that has basically lost her to this cult, has given, they estimate, $200,000 to the group.
Yeah.
And is being forced to drink hydrogen peroxide solution and take, quote, bio pellets to ward off COVID-19 and stay healthy. You're not supposed to drink hydrogen peroxide, by the way.
Oh, let me note that just for future reference.
Yeah, that's supposed to be for external use. So yeah, she had kids. She abandoned her kids and her husband. And the husband who I don't know what his deal is. He sounds spacey too, because he's like, yeah, I'm starting to get kind of concerned. I'm thinking about canceling her credit cards. It's like,
I thought you were gonna say like, I'm thinking of
Why
canceling her
done
Netflix
that?
account because she hasn't been home in a month to watch it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why haven't you done that already? She's gone and she's funneling all your money to this wacko.
So she's just like,
dude,
she's stationed out in, is it Texas?
I believe it's Texas. Yeah.
Because there are people there that have just been waiting for weeks, right? For JFK to show up.
Yes. And so the other thing that I learned from this piece was that they don't also believe that JFK Jr. is coming back. They believe JFK Sr. is coming back.
Well, it said JFK Sr. and his son, right?
Yes.
So it's both of them.
It's both of them. I thought it was just the junior. So they believe that back and to the left, JFK, grassy knoll, bullet through the head, is coming back from the dead.
Yes.
And I don't know the particulars. Either he is actually coming back from the dead or that his death was faked in some manner.
Yeah, I would imagine it's the latter.
I know, but like, we actually have footage of that one. Like,
well, you can mess with
famously,
footage. You can fake that. You know, the mainstream media. You can't trust anybody.
Famously, we have footage. Oh, So yeah, it's like all these people are like, one is cashing in on retirement savings in order to stay in Dallas. Like, it's nutty shit.
Yeah, it's wild. And what was the comparison to Waco? Did you see that? There was
I gotta. I just did a Control F. Where did it go?
Yeah, and then there's this video of, I guess, one of the leaders of this, what is now a cult, saying that like you have to experience like true death in order to fully understand. Like, this is some serious stuff here.
Well, this is the thing. This is what a lot of cults, if not all of them, end up gravitating towards. They turn into death cults. Mm-hmm. Because the leader makes some kind of prediction, whether it's for the end of the world, or in this case, JFKs coming back.
Which has already been postponed, by the way. It was supposed to be like November 2nd or something.
It was supposed to be last year.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It just keeps getting pushed. So, yeah. And then it was supposed to be on the anniversary of the shooting, and you know, because if you because if you were shot in the head and you wanted to announce to the world that you had either reanimated or you had faked your death, you would wait for the 58th anniversary to do it. Yeah, so this is the way cults end up, is that they keep making predictions and the predictions fail, but they still need to keep, you know, these cult members either to give them cash or to keep, you know, the attention. Like they need that structure. Otherwise the cult falls apart. So what they do is they either continue to be or they pivot to being a death cult. So instead of the apocalypse coming on a certain day, it's like, no, we have to usher in the apocalypse by killing ourselves, or we have to experience the apocalypse by killing ourselves, or we have to transcend by killing ourselves. It's the same whatever to get to the end result, whatever their bullshit doctrine is. Yeah, because there's really no way out for in like their eyes.
Right.
They're in it too deep. And these cult leaders are generally, you know, like these, you know, megalomaniacs. And so it's like, all right, this isn't going the way I want it to go. I'm going to take them all with me. And yeah, that's usually the path of most cults.
Does it seem like this one's moving a little bit more quickly than normal, or no?
Maybe. Yeah. I think it's just, it might just be like the short attention span of the QAnon you know, adherents, right? Like they're constantly moving to the next fucking thing. It's like, oh, that guy's not JFK. Oh, okay, it's that guy. All right, cool. All right, you know, like they're just constantly moving to the next target. So this dude has to keep making. It's like, nope, it's this date. Nope, it's this date. Like they gotta keep on, you know, keep their attention here. At least that's what I think.
It's a shame this ends in like, you know, trying to get your congregation to kill themselves, other than like the ideal ending for me, like the most entertaining one would be if he just gives up on pushing the date and then he just decides to like dress up as JFK and take on the role himself.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. Instead of like a, you know, he's not like a Christ figure. He's a JFK figure.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. My other thing is like, why are all these extremely right fascists basically so enamored with the Kennedys?
Yeah, that's something I've never really understood.
Who were like,
no, you know what? Maybe it is
progressive-ish Democrats.
Maybe it's just like anything that reminds them of the quote unquote good old days.
I guess.
You know? But yeah, there is a bit of a ideological disconnect there.
Yeah.
But I guess maybe enough time has passed where they just associate them with the time period and maybe the greater oppression and all the other things that came with that time period, rather than the actual figure himself, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it is very strange.
Because yeah, like they're clearly not modeling, you know, any of their political views off of JFK.
Right, exactly, yeah.
It's just like this mythical, almost Christ-like figure. On the third day, he will rise again. It's so strange.
Yeah, deeply strange. And this article is interesting too because like you have this this example of these two sisters who I'm assuming had pretty similar upbringings and just end up in two completely different worlds, essentially. You know? Like just like how you get to a point where you are in this situation is interesting to begin with.
Yeah, I'm wondering, because it's like, if you've got the money to just blow $200,000 and for your husband to be like, I'm a little concerned, you know, like your perspective is already so warped, and maybe that's just something that didn't happen to the sibling, right? The other one. But also just a lot of this is just underlying mental conditions that were never addressed.
Because ultimately this is exploitation on the part of the cult leader, as it always is. You know, you find the people that are most susceptible to your bullshit and
poison them, take their cash, and then eventually kill them in a mass suicide. It's a game plan that's like as old as time. It's unreal. But it keeps working.
Yeah. By the way, speaking of cults, do you happen to watch How To with John Wilson on HBO?
You know, I downloaded the first season. I have not watched it yet.
It is astounding. It is my favorite thing on TV right now. And the most recent episode has a pretty stunning twist halfway through it that involves a very famous cult leader.
Okay.
Yeah, the show is operating on a level like it's so incredible. I won't spoil it or anything, but yeah, episode 2 of season 2 is really something else.
Yeah, I need to catch up then.
Definitely.
All right, so while we're in the realm of conspiracies, let's just hit some more doesn't add up minis here. So I went to the Conspiracy 2 subreddit, and I searched around, and I found some interesting shit here.
Okay.
And I don't know if you knew this, but Nikola Tesla knew all about the secret ancient power grid.
I feel like everybody knows that. That's like common. That's taught in the history books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Maybe I was asleep. So this takes you to a blogspot. Now, I'm always so excited whenever I stumble across a blogspot link because it is always the most unhinged shit imaginable. It is so good. Now, this is a blog called The Unifying Theory, okay? And the user that posts this is called Nomad. So this is the electromagnetic Telerik grid theory. And it begins like this. Before recorded history, there was a global civilization that used pyramids somehow to harness the electromagnetic field, ionosphere, and telluric currents of the Earth. I believe they did this by building or coating giant megalithic structures with piezoelectric materials. These pyramids and megaliths acting as giant funnels or concentration points for electrical current, built to harness telluric and perhaps atmospheric energy. Now, if it was before recorded history, how does this guy know?
Well, because he has a blog spot.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Now it's recorded. I recorded it. I can't possibly read the whole thing because it is so long. This website is so long, and there are so many links to things. And just JPEGs, crusty JPEGs of old maps and drawings. And I scroll down and there's the Freemason emblem, so you know, like it goes some places. But I did want to get this. He suddenly just wait, hold on, what was that? He just I'm assuming it's he. It's usually a he.
Yeah,
and maybe that's maybe that's an issue of me, but so he just posted, one of the links here is just a Wikipedia page for a cult.
So you need to learn the basics before you get into the more complicated
No,
stuff.
this is 3/4 of the way down the page.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm just gonna read some shit I find as I'm scrolling because there's too much here. Wizards, and then in parentheses, wise men or magicians. as if you have to define what a wizard is.
Leaving no stone unturned, you know. He wants to make this article as accessible as possible.
Wizards, wise men or magicians historically have a wooden staff with a gemstone or crystal affixed to what end? That's another strange connection to dowsing. Okay. Okay, hold on. There's like a Tesla quote. All right, hold on. In a crystal, we have clear evidence of the existence of a formative life principle, and though we cannot understand the life of a crystal, it is nonetheless a living being. Who knows if that's a real quote?
Well, I mean, it's published
You know?
on a blog spot, so I'd say it's pretty safe to say it's a real quote.
Yeah. Oh my God. There's so much shit here.
You know, you post some links in the Google Doc, to prepare for the show. There are some links I don't click on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You tell me you didn't explore this huge blog spot?
No, I'm coming in fresh here. This is all new to me.
Okay. Maybe we'll read the conclusion.
Okay.
Even though it's kind of long.
Okay. Because that's usually where you get the good summary of everything you've had to say. You can really learn some things, right?
Exactly. So there you have it, my grand theory that ties all of these strange things together. This is still an investigation, and I will continue to research these subjects. Some things may not make total sense, but I would like to remind you that if any of this is true, we are dealing with the smartest people. Many of the systems and actions they take serve multiple purposes, and I think we have all witnessed firsthand a politician's power to spin anything in their favor. I did my best to organize this information in a rational, digestible sense. But if anyone feels they could do a better job of it, please do. I am not seeking fame. I want no recognition. I don't even want anyone to know I put all this together. There will be no second message from me. I want you all to use this information as a basis for future investigation into these subjects. I went through a decade of personal research to compile all of it and draw these conclusions. I admit I left out several other historic and occult connection, animal behaviors and methodologies authority uses and has used to control us. So by all means, keep adding to this, please. Now is the time to spread this information, as conspiracy theorists have become widespread and have their ears to the ground for things like this. We could turn this entire thing around on them, simply by getting the people to easily believe this information and resist them. I'll be posting it on several other websites, but I need all the help I can get. We have to let the world know before they are able to squash or destroy this information. I don't know what will become of me if any of this is true and it gets out, but I don't want you to worry about me. I'm doing this because I love you all of you. The beauty and wonder you have all shown me, the kindness, the depths of humanity in all directions, the adventure, the laughs, the love. You people have been the best company I could ask for in this strange, beautiful place we call Earth. I need to know that there is something I can do before I die to help you all, to make things better. Some way I can repay you all for this life. You all suffer so much. It hurts me to watch you. You all deserve to be free and happy from this machine they have created for us. He's Neo, dude.
So who are the people that he's addressing? Are these like other people on like a forum or something that he's interacted with?
I have no fucking clue.
Like,
I have no fucking clue.
Are there any comments on this article?
We'll get there.
Okay.
I have been there with you, down in the dirt, laboring away, in the jail cells, exploited in the factory, shouted down in school for not conforming, in the graveyards as we say goodbye to our loved ones due to some disease or neglect or exploitation society has thrown them into. See, they get so close. They get so close. They're right there. They're right there every time.
Some people like go so far in one direction they almost do a full, come back the other way, right?
They get so close.
Yeah.
So don't look for me because I will be there. Whoa. Wait a minute. In the dirt to reach my hand out and pull you up. In the cells to keep you company so you don't lose your mind. The voice that tells you to hold on when things seem bleak for us. The guy who pulls you up off the factory floor as you collapse from exhaustion. The voice that comes to your defense as they come to shout you down when they tell you your life means nothing and you deserve nothing. I will be the one who stands in their way as they come for you with chains in their hands. I am not a hero. I'm not special. I'm not some messiah or, quote, elite. I'm just a person. But so are you. Did you get chills?
I actually do like that last line.
Did you get chills?
It's a pretty good last line. Everything that
if it wasn't attached.
Yeah, if it wasn't attached to like the 20 pages beforehand. No, this person is so dramatic.
Oh my God.
It's way too dramatic.
He's gonna lift you up, man. He's got your back.
So
he's got your hand.
When was the last time Nomad posted on this blog spot? Like, how recent was this? Because he said he's peacing out, right?
Well, he said he's not gonna make another post. This was October 25th, 2021.
Oh, okay.
This is fresh. This is fresh shit.
Mm-hmm. Hot off the press.
Yeah. So there are some comments. There are not many comments. Unknown says thank you. Another unknown says, I've intuitively known this for years. Okay, show off. But you have succinctly laid it out for all to understand and see. Way to go, man. Great work. Rosalind says, this is amazing. Thank you. And Trent says, great article. Cheers. Whew, boy.
Hey, you know what? At least this person can say they get positive feedback on the things they put on the internet.
Right? So yes, there's a whole. It is so fucking long. It is so fucking long. That's the electromagnetic Telerik grid theory about how the pyramids are basically just fucking telephone poles, I guess. So we discussed it previously on another segment, gematria, and it's back and it's better than ever.
Dude, we talked about this? I don't remember.
Yes. Remember that dude who was like just spouting off all the numbers? And how it was all connected, and then his math didn't even make sense because he said that months
that's right.
or weeks or didn't matter, but that like completely throws off the math.
Right, that guy, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is a post on the Conspiracy 2 subreddit. We're in the end game now. In 2020, the world as we knew it would forever be changed, and it will never be the same.
Why is he just repeating the opening lines of the Avengers movie?
Is that actually how
No, it could be, but I don't think so.
On March 13th, 2020, the world would watch as Donald Trump would declare the first ever 50-state state of emergency. Like many watching, I couldn't believe what was unfolding before my eyes. And that day, and in the blur and fog of what was transpiring that day, something inside of me clicked. Maybe it was the fact that none of it made sense. The fact that I've been waiting for this event my whole life. But in the end, what did it for me was the numbers. All right, so here we go. Was it a coincidence that the United States would declare its first ever 50 state of emergency on March 13th, the same day that Pope Francis would celebrate his 7-year anniversary, the same day that would see the death of Breonna Taylor, the same day 23 years earlier that some strange lights would engulf the nighttime Phoenix, Arizona skies, 2 days after the World Health Organization would declare COVID-19 a global pandemic. On March 11th, the same day that 18 years earlier, the United States would send 2 blue light beams into the infinite vast of space, a message into the unknown from 9/11's ground zero. I don't believe in coincidence, and whether you know it or not, we live in the Matrix, and it has a language. It's called gematria, a hidden code in plain sight in letters and numbers, embedded in our life. Nothing has ever been real. Let me prove it to you. It's been quite a journey for all of us, and it's far from over, so buckle up and hold on to each other, because in this world, it has and always will be us versus them. There is no left, there is no right. Don't let them keep taking us from each other. The aliens aren't coming. They've never left. So...
The Matrix Resurrection's now playing in theaters.
Right? Yeah, it's an ARG. And so he posts some fucking, like, 2-hour-long YouTube videos, all full of codes and shit.
I mean, he's just like listing dates that have no relation to each other, like in any way.
Just listing dates, man.
Yeah. And not even like attempting to explain a connection between them. Just like implying that there is one and that you should believe there is one.
And then he like couldn't find anything for March 13th. So then he's like, okay, well, what about March 11th? Okay. All right. So 2 days after.
Yeah.
So it's like 18 years earlier, 2 days before that, there was the 9/11 memorial. Don't you see? Don't you see? Don't you get it? Let me prove this.
Yeah, it's so strained, you know? He's trying way too hard.
Yeah. There are some responses to this. March 13th is more important than you realize. So many important global events have occurred on March 13th that I thought I would list some more for you, and then you can update this post. Other historical events on March 13th. Gene Simmons lost a contact lens in the men's restroom of Texas Roadhouse. George Herbert Walker Bush first realized that his son W might be a little intellectually slow after he got his penis stuck in the pool's filtration system for the 3rd time.
Terrific.
Gautier released Somebody That I Used to Know as a single. All the instruments on that song played by lizard people. And then somebody said, I can't wait to dig into this channel over the coming days. Thanks for this. We'll give it a shot. And then Funko Soffer. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Stop trying to prove anything on YouTube, LOL. Stop trying to prove things by fucking talking. Write it down, please. YouTube is a waste of everyone's time.
Have you ever heard of Blogspot?
But it's like, dude, he just wrote it. He wrote it down.
Yeah.
You read it.
Yeah. I like how just the fact that he's the way you're like receiving the information, right, is makes it it was like if it was written down, it would actually make sense.
Yeah. So yeah, gematria, it's out there. All right, we got one more. This is also from the Conspiracy 2 subreddit.
I didn't even know you were on Reddit.
I'm not. I just sometimes go on there to find shit.
Okay.
I guess that's being on Reddit.
Yeah, technically.
Like, I don't have an account.
Okay, all right. So that's, yeah.
I don't know, what is it? Do you follow or like subscribe to Reddits?
Yeah, I don't know the verbiage, but I stopped using Reddit like a year ago.
Yeah, so I don't even do that. Okay. The Jesuits have controlled the CIA, FBI, KGB/FSB, MI5/MI6, Mossad, and among other intelligence groups simultaneously. So they are responsible for nearly every single conflict involving every single nation on Earth in the last decades, all while blaming the Jews for it. The Jesuits control... That's just the title, by the way. The Jesuit control over the intelligence agencies and the banking system is far greater than what most may think. And there's a fucking ton of links here, like an actual ton of them. But I'll just read what the links are supposed to be. So the first one is compilation of arguments about the Jesuit control over the CIA. Which I don't know if it's just like a link to other Reddit threads about people arguing over the fact that Jesuits control the CIA.
No, there's a whole journal dedicated to this topic.
Actually, I think that's exactly what this is.
Oh no,
it's a link to another Reddit thread where people are arguing over the fact that the CIA controlled by the Jesuits.
Oh, of course.
J. Edgar Hoover, director of the FBI, received the Sword of Loyola Award. The Jesuits were controlling Castro and the CIA simultaneously, and they are responsible for the world's drug dealing. Okay. You know, those Catholics, famously in favor of drugs. Famous for it. Compilation about arguments about Jesuit control over the Cheka, KGB and FSB, compilation about MI6, compilation of Mossad, Jesuit Pierre Teilhard de Chardin, I'm winging that one, was influential in Mao's views and Chinese intelligence as well. Teilhard was the most influential philosopher behind the globalist and capitalist movement. Even today, the Vatican is influential and has close ties to the Chinese government. Why? Why would they be? What do the Catholics have to do with the Chinese?
Yeah, these are really out there today. Like, usually, I mean, they always are when we're talking about the conspiracy, but especially these that you found today. It's just like really hard to even see the absurd reasoning behind it, hard to find any sort of like through line or anything.
President Macron and the current governor of the Central Bank of France are apprentices of the Jesuits. It seems like a step down.
Yeah, I like their official position
from
better.
Being president of France and the governor of the Central Bank to being apprentices of an old Catholic like army order, like the Catholic National Guard that isn't really a thing anymore. Seems like a step down. Central Bank of Kenya is governed by the Roman Catholic, some dude Patrick Ngugi. Injo Roje. Ugh, I'm sorry. I didn't have a shot. I didn't have a chance. The Jesuits have control over education and were known as such a nasty group that they were feared by the richest European oligarchs. And then there's a quote from something. The Jesuits have the College of Nobles, where almost all of the eons of the Roman nobility are educated in the principles of Jesuitism. And the subterranean Church of the Jesu is a congregation of nobles in which they are assembled all the Roman nobility. These sentences just kind of keep repeating the same fucking thing. The Jesuits are the directors, confessors, and preachers, and by this means they have become masters of the aristocracy. Okay. Oh, it's a quote from Luigi de Sanctis, 1808 to 1869. Okay. Yeah, the Jesuits were influential in the 1800s.
I'm not gonna lie, you've lost me here. This is a solo show now for the time being.
This is okay. So, like, the like basic anti-Semitic conspiracy that the Jews control everything. Like, that's just sort of baseline, anti-Semitism shit. This dude has replaced the Jews with the Jesuits for whatever reason.
Yeah, so
I guess to keep it interesting.
Like fundamentally, like conspiracy theories arise because it's maybe too difficult for people to like accept reality, right? So that there's an alternate story that's like easier to swallow for them and to like go along with.
Yeah.
But like, what is the point of this? Like, what point is any of this serving? I just don't understand.
It is commonly accepted that Jews weren't allowed to be part of the order during the time period in which the Jesuits were involved in many crimes and were expelled from many countries. It is not surprising that Jews were not allowed to be in a Roman Catholic order.
Mm-hmm.
That is not surprising.
Mm-hmm.
It's not surprising. And then Jewish Sabbatian Frankist movement actually controlled by the Jesuits. Okay, which one is it? Which one is it? Were they allowed or not? There's so much shit.
Yeah, were you in the midst of your illness while you were going through these Reddit threads?
No, actually, I had these from before.
Okay,
hand.
Just checking.
There's some comments.
Of course.
Holy shit, that rabbit hole just got deeper. I have some reading to do and fantastic job on this research.
You've provided some really insightful weekend reading for me. Thank you.
There's another one here. And Jesuits created communism and all the other current society models. See this blogspot link?
No more.
I might have some reading.
No more blogspots.
I might have some reading.
No.
Exploringrealhistory.blogspot.com.
Oof.
Hold on. There is no New World Order. There are 3. Okay. That's a good hook. All right, team 1 is the Jesuits. Okay. All right. Team 2, communism.
No.
But this is the guy. This is the link from the guy that said the Jesuits created communism. They're never consistent, man.
Well, what do you expect? Like, what are you expecting from
the
these
Illuminati,
people?
The Illuminati and the anarchists. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I didn't know I was in the Illuminati. Shit.
What, because you're an anarchist
3.
or because you're a communist? Or both?
Because I'm an anarchist.
Okay.
3, the debt crisis.
I honestly don't think anybody listening is going to find this more entertaining than you currently are. So just keep that in mind.
I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
No.
Okay, all right. It's spiraling into crop circles. That's a cancer ribbon. Okay, all right.
Oh no.
It's going some places. That's Wile E. Coyote. All right. We're out. So that was our It Doesn't Add Up minis for the week. I have some reading I have to do after the show. Oh. And now do you see how like everything I do spirals and I can never finish one thing?
Yes. I can definitely see how that happens from time to time. I'm going to step away for a second.
Yeah, good idea.
Maybe longer. I don't know. Okay, I am back, reluctantly.
Okay. I just want to talk about this YouTube thing very quickly.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I figured this might be of interest to you.
Okay.
So we've talked a lot about TikTok and sort of its algorithm and what it's serving you and
Sure.
the ways that it can really hone in on your interests and the ways that could even be detrimental in the case of the literal TikTok, as we discussed.
Yes.
That story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm famously not on TikTok. But I do watch a lot of YouTube, and sometimes when I'm on my phone, I get YouTube Shorts. And for whatever reason, over the holiday break, TikTok was Jesus Christ, YouTube Shorts were showing me like nothing but amputees.
Interesting.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, so like when you first make a fresh TikTok account, right? And you're using it for the first time, the algorithm is just giving you like the popular stuff. And then it slowly like morphs from there. But I'm assuming with YouTube, like they have all that info from like your viewing history of regular YouTube videos to go with.
Yeah. So like a lot of times it is like very short VTuber clips because you can't escape that shit once you're in that shit. Mm-hmm. And like other streamers, like a lot of like streamers that I've never heard of or like seen before, clips, things like that. I've seen like PC building shorts. Mm-hmm. So things like that. But then all of a sudden, I was just getting served nothing but amputee content.
That's just like
and it was really bizarre.
So random. I don't.
Yeah.
Like maybe were you using like a different like a VPN or like a different anything? Like I don't know.
I was on a network that wasn't my home network.
Okay.
But like it's my same account.
Right.
Well, actually, I was using a VPN, but not on that device because I was using it to watch hockey, but not on my phone where I see the shorts.
Yeah. So YouTube Shorts haven't gone the way of like Instagram Reels, where they've just become like republished TikToks.
Oh no! Most of them.
Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah. They're just crunchy re-uploaded TikToks. Yeah. But yeah, just a lot of amputee content.
Did you interact with any of it? Like, did you?
After like the fifth video in the feed, I was like, well, if they're giving me this many of them, I'll see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was just like stuff like amputees that are like this is the leg I wear for this is the leg I wear for exercising, like just like just like
everyday stuff.
Yeah. Like it wasn't like, I say amputees because I mean like people that have lost limbs, and like not like amputations happen. Like gruesome
I
shit.
made the assumption. Yeah.
Oh.
No, I made the assumption that
Well,
wasn't the case.
Oh.
Jesus.
I don't know what you think of me. I don't know.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't think that would even be allowed on YouTube, would it?
I don't know what they do anymore. I don't know. So like there was just a series of videos in a row, because I don't know how much they've stolen from TikTok's whole deal. So like if you swipe up, you get a different video.
Right. Yeah, that's how it goes. It's just an endless scroll, basically, an endless swiping thing.
Yeah. So like that was, I was doing that, and it was just nothing but amputee content.
Well, I will say, I logged into my TikTok on a different device than the one I usually use for it. So, same account, same, accounts that I follow and everything. But my For You page on this new device was showing me endless cat videos. And I've interacted with cat videos on my account. Like I save them and I show them to like my mom and stuff like that. But like on my regular device that I usually use TikTok on, cat videos are like periodic. Like it's maybe once every couple dozen will be something animal related.
Yeah.
So this was just like nonstop cats for a while. So I don't know what was going on there, but yeah.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, now on my YouTube, I keep getting like regular YouTube, not the shorts, like dog videos. And I don't know why. I don't watch dog videos. I don't like dogs. I
just learned I'm allergic to dogs.
Well, yeah,
that's a whole thing. That's a whole thing. But yeah, I don't know what would have like prompted that. Like you would had to have interacted with something at some point, right? That's like related, even like adjacently.
I don't think so.
Huh?
I don't know. But like, why did I get amputee content?
Well, that's what I mean.
I thought we were talking about the dogs.
Oh, well, either one, really.
Either one, yeah. I the dogs is more likely if I clicked on something animal-ish related, maybe. But the amputee stuff, I have no context.
Maybe you lingered on a video, or maybe you let it repeat a couple times. Like you didn't like it, you didn't interact with it, but you watched the thing all the way through, and then the YouTube algorithm, maybe this is like one of your first time watching shorts, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe it didn't have much to go off of. It's like, oh, you watched that entire video, let's just feed you more. Maybe it's just like it went that way.
Well, because like I've seen it before, even though I haven't really interacted with the shorts, and it has been like VTuber streamers PC building.
Oh, so this kind of just came out of nowhere then.
Yeah. Huh. And it was only the shorts. It wasn't like I was getting 10-minute amputee vlogs, right? So yeah, just a weird thing, and I think it stopped. I don't know if it was some kind of algorithm glitch or what happened there, but I just thought it was a weird occurrence.
Yeah, because it's like it's a niche, right? Like it's
so specific.
Yeah, it's a sub community in like on YouTube that you haven't like seeked out before. and it's just so strange that it would end up on your page without any prior like interaction. So yeah, I don't know. Must have been a glitch.
Yeah, something.
But speaking of TikTok, though, if I could quickly mention this thing that happened over during our hiatus, because there's a lot of Taylor Swift content over on TikTok, especially with
sure
with her new re-recording of Red that came out about a month or so ago. One of the so basically what she's doing with these re-recorded albums is you have all the track, like you have the full album, and then you have a bunch of bonus tracks from like stuff that she calls it like from the vault, so like basically B-sides that were written years ago that she's re-recorded that are people haven't heard before. And so one of these new tracks caused a little bit of I don't know, I'm gonna say controversy, but I saw a lot of videos about it. People were bringing it up, something with the lyrics. So I should say, like, Taylor Swift fans, a lot of them will like really look very closely into like stuff she puts out, like whether it's lyrical content or like social media posts or interviews.
Yeah.
Specifically, people like to look for like elements of like queerness in her work, like hints or nods towards like, queer writing or storytelling or anything like that. So there was this one lyric that got people excited and then kind of confused. And I don't know the copyright deal if we can like.
Isn't that the queer experience?
Yeah, good one. Yeah, I don't know, like, as far as this podcast goes, if we can play, like, a verse of this song from, like, a YouTube video.
Is it from Taylor Swift?
It's from Taylor Swift, yeah. It's from her YouTube page.
I bet it gets dinged. We can try it.
Okay, because I timestamped it.
Swift.
I timestamped it to 32 seconds. I just wanted to hear, like, the 10 seconds in question here.
Okay. To
see what you think. So basically, the argument here is about the very final word in this verse, which is let's just play it. I don't know if you listening will be able to hear this, whether we'll keep it in or not, but the song itself is called The Very First Night, and it's where the verse in question is like 32 seconds in, so if you want to seek it out yourself. But yeah, I put it in the Discord. Okay. So that was it right there. So the you at the end there. See, people were gearing up for that verse to end on a different word, something that rhymes with what came before it, which would be her and not you, right? Right? Yeah. The Polaroid picture, right? How much I miss her, right? Because the you is a little bit jarring there. And so that kind of set people off. They're like, oh, what this lyric, it was originally written to say something else, and she changed it and yada yada. But honestly, I think it's much simpler than that. I think it's just like this entire song is the lyrics are directed at somebody, and it says we and you all throughout it. And so it wouldn't make sense grammatically to just change it to her, because then she's talking about somebody else at that point, right?
Yeah. Do you have the whole lyrics written out?
Yeah. So let me.
Oh wait, it's in the description. Okay.
Yeah. So like the entire song, she's directing these lyrics at.
Is this the chorus or the verse?
You know what? I said it's a verse, but it actually might be the beginning of the chorus. I think the chorus is split into like two parts, and this is the start of the chorus. So I think it does repeat a couple times.
Okay.
But yeah, saying her in that instance wouldn't make any sense, because the lyrics have been directed at a specific person, and she's saying you and she's saying we throughout it. So I really think that's all it is. And this is people have probably made this point already. Like I don't scour the subreddits or anything like that. But
okay, so the issue is that it's not it has to do with the rhyme scheme.
Yes.
So she goes A, B, C, D, F, D. So like the first 1, 2, 3, the first 3 lines don't rhyme, and then through and you rhyme, right?
Yes.
So to keep that scheme, the next 3 lines would also not rhyme. So the error here is that she needs a different word to rhyme with you. She uses you twice. So her doesn't work either.
Well, her would work if you're rhyming direct, like with what came directly before it.
Right, but that's not the rhyme scheme of this.
Oh, okay.
verse.
I see what you're saying.
She goes 1, 2, 3, a rhyming word, not, there's the rhyme. 1, 2, 3, we're looping back around to the rhyme.
No, but if you just take this one section on its own and you look at the 4 lines of this section, you have hotel and you have fell, which works.
Oh, I missed that. I'm stupid.
And then you have,
hold on.
yeah.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I see. It has to do with the way that they wrote this out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, within the YouTube. Yeah, if you just like, if you, here, let me just.
Because I'm trying to read it like a fucking poem.
Yeah, this is laid out much better if I just send you the Google link here. Yeah, so like it's the 3rd paragraph, right? And you have, and I don't really, this probably doesn't work for a podcast, so we might have to just cut this entire thing. But I am curious what you think. Because I just think it's very simple in that, like, if you read the rest of the,
wait, that's the second verse. Okay, hold on.
We're cutting this, so don't worry about the podcast aspect of it.
Okay, all right. No, this is different then. All right. Yeah. Yeah, no, they're right. It should rhyme with picture.
It should rhyme with picture, yeah. And Miss Her would definitely rhyme with that. So my theory.
Wait. Come on, running. Okay. Yep. Okay. Oh no, never mind. She has an unrhymed couplet. She's just ending it with an unrhymed couplet. That's why.
Okay. Do you think it's a reasonable theory to think that she originally had that word as her, but then she realized that it doesn't make sense?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I think that's just. I honestly just think that's the wishful thinking.
The wishful thinking, yeah.
LGBT teens.
Oh God, let me tell you, it is not just it's not just teen.
Okay, well.
But yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
The teen mindset.
Yeah.
That want their favorite to, they want to identify with their favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that is. Yeah, no, she's ending with an unrhymed couplet before she goes into the full chorus. Yeah. So she has, this is intentional. So it's rhymed couplet, unrhymed couplet.
Okay. Yeah. I honestly wasn't even looking in terms of that type of structure. I was just looking at the fact that she, just like the consistency of like who she's addressing throughout the lyrics. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The chorus is "Take me away to you."
Exactly. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean that's also consistent throughout, but also for the structure of the rhyme scheme, it's unrhymed. Like that it doesn't have to be you. It could be literally anything else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's just
the whole point is that
it's unfortunate that the thing. The thing that came before it would rhyme with something like her, and people are just so eager to hear that. Yeah.
No, and actually, this line is intentional too because she uses the variation in the second verse. So
yeah,
like if it was supposed to be her, then no, yeah, it's still a structure thing.
So of course, people on TikTok they edited they edited this.
Oh, I bet
verse,
that sounds.
And they inserted.
I bet that sounds very national or natural.
What's that?
I bet it sounds very natural to have them plunk her.
It does. It very much does. Yeah. No, this lyrically, this is definitely not my favorite of her songs, but it is catchy, but not anything special. I think the only reason it really caught on social media was because of that, that theory there. So, cause this is I think the second to last song on the 2-hour, re-release, that album is. So
that's a lot of Taylor Swift.
It is. I mean, she broke a record. The first number one song, the longest number one song in history, the 10-minute expanded version of All Too Well, reached the top of the charts.
You're telling me Mastodon never had a number one song up there?
No, unfortunately, they didn't quite climb as high. So yeah, there was that. I also added in here about Spotify Wrapped because I just think it's such an interesting thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good advertising scheme on their end.
I saw that it was trending because people were excited about what theirs was going to be.
Yeah.
They weren't even posting it yet.
I know, they were actually posting teasers coming soon, Yeah. And then of course it's so funny because you have the user's information, all of their data, And you don't even have to like sell that to advertisers. You could just like give it right back to the user and they'll share it themselves. You know, so it's like the perfect advertising plan. But I just really enjoy it because I find it fascinating to see what people listen to. I guess because it's like, it's more interesting than even like taste in like movies or like TV or any other medium, because because there's just so much music out there and there's just so much variety. Like if you're a movie fan, right? Like the odds are you're watching a lot of the big names, or you're watching a lot of like stuff that like caught on at like there's, you know, there's only so many films that you're going to be seeing that are different from other people. But like with music, it's a whole different ballgame. Like it's just, who knows, right? Like you can kind of tell a lot about a person from their music data.
Spotify did send me an email saying, "Hey, check out the Wrapped for the podcast."
I was scared to ask about that actually.
And
because I know the creators get their own version of this, where it's like how many like people or how many minutes or hours were listened to like your stuff.
And I didn't check it out. I'm going through it right now. This show did not qualify.
You know, that's probably for the better.
We didn't have enough listeners on Spotify. It doesn't add up. Somehow did in another year with no new episodes. And all they gave me was 50% of your listeners listen between 6 and 11 p.m. Cool. And then it says 6 countries, and that's it.
I guess it's interesting because it's like, I guess a lot of people listen to podcasts on their commutes and stuff, but that time frame doesn't really support that. So they're kind of listening while they're at home.
Yeah.
But there's not a whole lot of takeaway there.
No.
I forget, like, does Tidal, because I know you use Tidal, does Tidal do like a similar year-end thing?
They just rolled out a monthly thing.
Oh, okay, but they don't have like
it'll tell you the like your most played for that month, and they're rolling out some kind of monetization where like you can direct where your subscription goes. They're saying that you can direct it to your most played artists of the month.
Well, that's interesting.
But that part hasn't rolled out yet. So right now it's just the stats that you can see at the end of the month.
Yeah, like another thing I saw, I got an email after the Spotify Wrap came out saying that I can shop the merchandise of like all of my top artists. That's another way that they've incorporated that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I had kind of a mine wasn't exactly representative of my entire year because I switched streaming services halfway through. Like I started using Spotify again in July, so mine was a little bit skewed towards like stuff I was, you know, just a handful of albums mostly that I was listening to over those months. But yeah, I sent you mine, but I'm not making that one public.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh maybe his mom was on his account, like they share an account or something.
No, I mean I can go ahead and say my number 5 was Drake. I discovered Take Care for the first time, which is his...
Isn't that his old one?
Yeah, it's his 2011 album, which is very addictive. It's very good.
What, yeah, because his new one is like what? Shiny, happy, huggable boy?
Certified Lover Boy.
Yeah,
which I'm not going to lie, not bad. Kind of like it in parts. Like it's pretty good. Like I don't know what it is. I mean, he's genuinely a good artist. I mean, there's that. But I think also part of it for me is like, because I don't consider myself a toxic person, right?
Okay.
But maybe I need like an outlet for like, you know, so toxicity, and maybe that's where I turn to Drake for that.
That's Drake?
I don't know. I mean, as a person, he's kind of problematic.
He's just weird.
Yeah.
Like he does that. He's like friends with the Stranger Things girl. Like that's.
Oh yeah, no. There's like potential. Yeah. No, that's
some weird shit.
Some questionable stuff.
So I don't know what that has to do with you being your own certified lover boy. You're a lover boy, not a fighter boy, is what I'm getting.
I don't know where I was going with that. This isn't going to make the podcast either. Honestly, we're going to cut this whole.
He was a lover boy. She said, "See, I don't know what rhymes with lover."
I do like my other 4 though.
Glover boy.
I think my other 4 are really good. Taylor Swift was my number 1.
Yeah. I'm
in the top 10% of all Taylor Swift listeners.
You are the top 10% of all.
Of all, yeah. That's what it told me.
Do you get like a badge or something?
No.
Just the pride?
Just the pride of it, yeah. Just the superior music taste, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then somehow
nobody listens to Taylor Swift, yeah. Niche.
I was actually surprised by my number 2, which was Lorde, because her new album.
You've become the most basic white girl.
Nah,
It's really stunning. It's really stunning.
That's not true. I don't think.
Taylor Swift, Lorde, and Drake.
Well, there's also Magdalena Bay in there, which I don't know how basic that is. Some experimental synth pop.
How was the pumpkin spice season for you?
Well, it hasn't ended.
Did it treat? Oh, okay. So it's been treating you well.
I mean, it's a good flavor. I don't know what to tell you, to be honest. I mean, my top song was Silk Chiffon, so maybe you're onto something there. But that's just incredible. That's like one of the catchiest songs I've heard in my life. So that's not fair to even criticize for that one. So
I mean, I could pull up what my last month was.
Yeah, definitely. I'm always interested to hear.
Because I don't think I looked. I guarantee you one of them's gonna be a Jeff Rosenstock. But let's see. Where did they put this thing? Oh, the activity. Oh, okay. Previous month. Jeff Rosenstock, McCafferty, Snail Mail, Say Anything, Alkaline Trio, I Am the Avalanche, Spanish Love Songs, Dogleg until that ended. Happened. Yeah. Drug Church, Pup, Camp Cope, and then we're getting into like single songs. So yeah.
Was Camp Cope just like the new single, or was you still listening to older stuff?
I listened to the new single and then I put the old albums on.
That's usually how it goes.
Yeah.
That new Snail Mail is probably my favorite of the year.
Yeah, it's
it's incredible.
This month is gonna be new Snail Mail again and like the Illuminati Hotties album.
Yeah, that's very good too. Yeah, I love this time of year because you get the Spotify Wrapped, and then you get all the music publications put out their their top 50 usually top 50 albums. Mm-hmm. There's just like so much stuff that I've never heard of that I check out for the first time. It's like the biggest music discovery time of the year for me.
Mm-hmm. What do you say? Should we end this sucker?
Yeah, you could definitely just like axe the whole Taylor Swift Spotify, like just the last 20 minutes.
You don't want the Drake information getting out.
No, I mean, I try not to listen to too many. I mean, cause like he's, you can kind of like draw some lines to like grooming with his behavior, like it's really not good. Like some of the stuff that he's.
Yeah, I don't know what he's up to.
I don't know what he's up to. Yeah, it's a little sketch.
Yeah.
I just need to make sure that next year, that I never have like Drake and Grimes in my top 5.
Sure.
Because like those are probably the two least favorable artists that I listen to a lot. So
didn't she put out that diss track? Did you listen to it?
Was it like Player of Games or something? I don't know what the hell it was called. I haven't listened to it yet.
Something.
Yeah, I didn't see. Is it a diss track?
I don't know what the fuck it is.
I'm gonna have to listen to that. I haven't.
I don't know what Drake's doing. I definitely don't know what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah. Well, Drake was doing a live concert on Amazon with Ye last night.
With who?
Kanye.
Oh.
He changed his name.
Sure, yeah.
It's just I'm assuming it's pronounced Ye. It's just Y-E.
I always thought it was Ye, but
well, like it's Kanye. It's not Kanye, it's Kanye. So
I know, but it's Yeezy, right?
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. It is Yeezy.
This is the whitest conversation.
Well, none of it's going to make the podcast, so it doesn't matter. I'm not concerned about it.
Yeah.
You accidentally release it.
Well, I mean, is that better or worse than? Well, I guess it's not worse, but is that better than doing the Marilyn Manson prayer circle?
Wait, what?
The Kanye.
Oh, right. Yeah, he brought out. He brought out 2 shitty people, didn't he? It was Marilyn Manson, and it was who was the other guy?
Bieber.
No, I'm thinking of something else then. I don't know what the prayer circle was.
Yeah, because Marilyn Manson's a Christian now.
Oh.
You know, famous Christian Marilyn Manson,
okay.
Right?
Okay. So he's born again then.
Yeah. Thanks to Kanye West or just Ye or Ye.
No, yeah, I saw it was an evening with Kanye West with special guest Drake on Amazon Prime last night. It started at 11 p.m., so I didn't get a chance to watch it.
That sounds like that exact wording is going to be on an upcoming court case.
Christ.
The defendants spent an evening with Kanye West featuring Drake.
Oh man. Well, it was weird because Drake.
I guess it'd be the plaintiff. I'm sorry.
Did you see that Drake? He like rescinded his Grammy nominations.
Okay.
Which like doesn't really happen because you have to submit them in the first place, and if people don't want to be, like part of the Grammys, they usually just don't submit. So I don't know really what happened there. He didn't release a statement as far as I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah. People speculate that's because he's in like potentially not legal trouble, but like there's some legal stuff going on because he was at that Astroworld thing.
What does that have to do with his album though?
Oh, I don't know.
Like if you like wanted to not be in the news, also taking out your Grammy nominations is putting yourself in the news. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it more has to do with him just not liking the Grammys because he's been like vocally critical of them for a long time. So
whatever.
Yeah.
But hey, Japanese Breakfast, best new artist.
Yes, I thought it was funny when Phoebe Bridgers got that nomination for her second album, but this is her third. So
yeah.
If it's new to them, then it's just new, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, should I stop recording? Should we because we're gonna, I don't know how you want to even end this if you want to
Yeah, we got to end the show.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The show's over.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, especially for listening to the end whenever we get real rambly. Once again, apologies for the little hiatus. I'll be planning better in the future for such occurrences.
Are we gonna? Are you on board for the movie thing?
Yes, I am.
Sort of similar to Horror Harvest, what we did there. Just like a weekly film to discuss.
Yeah.
I figure we should maybe announce, if we're gonna do it, we should announce the first one ahead of time.
Yes, good idea.
So do you want this to be part of next week's episode then?
Announcing the movie?
Or the movie itself.
Talking about it. Yeah, definitely.
All right, so we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Pig, starring Nicolas Cage, which is streaming on Hulu currently.
Yeah, not to be confused with the sheep movie.
Oh, Lamb.
Or the cow movie.
Oh, First Cow. Yeah.
This one's Pig. Yes, we'll talk about that next week. And the schedule is restored. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at DeadEndRoad, Facebook.com/DeadEndRoadTV. Check out the Twitch. I'm going to be streaming 14 because I got to play that fucking game. Twitch.tv/DeadEndRoadTV. And you could do a YouTube search for DeadEndRoad TV and see archives. And also, if you like to listen to podcasts on YouTube, we put them up there as well. Thank you for listening. And also the email video at DeadEndRoad. Send literally anything. We'll see you next week.